Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Let's Build. Oh no! Just kidding. We're not doing that today because we have more quality control problems with keyboard parts. And I really don't know how I can show it on stream with the basically what's happening is the gold contact leaf is giving more tactile feedback than it should. Like so with linears you expect, I
love you.
I was seeing if I should put lotion on my hands because the air is pretty dry here. Anyway, I got distracted. So for linear switches, you expect there to, hopefully not really be anything when you go down. Of course, you expect some friction. And then, you loop your switches and then you expect, okay, nothing else past that. You kind of just expect that. And I've run into the problem of clicking linears, and usually I would say it affects maybe less than 10% or 10% of switches. And basically what it is most of the time it's not an audible click, but when you push down and when it actuates, when it bends the gold leaf to actuate, you can feel a tactile click. Very faint, but you can feel it. And so on some of these switches, it's even more obvious than others. And you can feel it kind of bite back as well. It has a kind of a bite to it. And I think that I've been able to replicate it more when I push the stem. So let me grab some. I really don't think the mic could pick it up. So for example, with the Gateron yellows that we built with last week, I had only 3 out of 75 switches that had that problem. And so the past 2 days I've been working on the Tilio V2s, and these are supposed to be lubed with 3204. Not how I usually would lube them, but that's what the customer wanted. And it wasn't just 3 out of 75. We were talking, what was it, 9 out of 16 that were bad. No, 9 out of 17. Sorry, my math is so bad. 9 out of 17. So basically 50%. At first I thought, okay, I've only done 10. Let's do another 20 or 30. So we'll get up to about 40 switches to see how much it affects. And then when I noticed that it would keep that 50%, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to continue because this is a waste of time. And yeah, I really don't think... Maybe this one. Okay. And so at first I thought, oh, I was just being crazy. Maybe. Or I was just, Yeah, I really don't think he can hear it, but at first I thought I was just, making something out of nothing. And so I asked on the Discord yesterday, and Ramsky, who has also lubed some switches that have gone on boards we built here. So for example, Red Hawk and Juan de Milli have both had boards lubed by Ramsky. And even Ramsky chimed in. He said he's run into the same problem with the tangerines, which are basically Gateron linears, with orange stems and I think creamy tops and black bottoms, something like that. And he said, yeah, with those he had to split the switches up into A stock, B stock, and C stock. And out of 90 switches, only 20 were considered A stock to him. And so, of course, this is a good time to say that I respect Ramsey for doing that. That's a sign of a good, switch modder or luber or whatever you're gonna call it. the oiling guy, and yeah, and so he said that he's had the same problem with Helios as well. And so I thought it was maybe it's just a 0v2 thing, and so we tried it with alias switches as well, and same problem. And this is not a spring problem because we've swapped the springs. We've tried different springs, we've tried different stems, whatever, and yeah, the common denominator is the bottom housing, or the housing at the bottom, and yeah, same thing. Alias switches. It was also, I did 10, and 5 of them had this clicking problem. If you push it down really quick, you won't notice it. So I would assume normal typing, you won't notice it. So I guess it's why no one has really talked about it. But when you just push it down slowly, you can feel it bite. And no, I don't have a cold, but I did just wake up less than an hour ago from a nap. It was more of a, I'm gonna rest my eyes a little bit. But yeah, so this is definitely a problem. It's not a problem with the tactile switches because you won't even notice it at all. You just feel the tactile bump, and we know with the V2 Zillow switches, it is a big tactile bump, and so you can't really feel this. But with linears, it's definitely a problem. And yeah, so when you grab your switch, and if you, it's especially obvious if you push down towards, see the LED cutout area. So basically you're forcing the stems to get closer to the gold leaf. Now you don't have to do this for all the switches when to run into this problem. I'm just saying that if you want to catch it more obviously, then if you do this, it's even more apparent. And Penna Water, thank you so much. 7 months in a row, really appreciate it. I hope, what switches are you using? Are you using Helios? I hope you don't have this problem. I really hope not. And I just wanted to explain the problem first, and so that really sucks because yeah, so I tried this and I tried alias housing, same problem. Also, did Chokan just resub? I also missed that. I'm so sorry, Chokan. Chokan, thank you so much for the resub, 7 months in a row as well. And I think someone had already put the link, but I'm gonna do it again. So please check out my good friend Chokan on YouTube. Oh hey Alex. Well, 0.579. And Daredevil, 8 months in a row. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I've had people come over to try them out. I've had 3 people come over to try out these, but to confirm that I'm not just hallucinating or something. I'm not just feeling things. And so yesterday I had couple friends who they have, you know, one custom keyboard each. They've built custom keyboards. They're not too into the hobby, but you know, they have just a tip in basically. And so yeah, so I passed them these switches and they immediately just felt it. Oh yeah, that doesn't feel right. And then today we had VPR over to pick up his gray COD 67. And he also noticed the issue for sure. And yeah, so I would say if you have new Gateron linears, I would kind of be wary. Of course, if you haven't noticed it until today, great. Please just ignore everything I said. But if you are planning on building something expensive with them, maybe you have to watch out a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know what the alternative would be, what the fix is, I don't know. I just know that the Gateron yellow board that I built last week didn't have this problem. But those switches were from a while back though. Those are pretty old stock switches. These are, you know, new. Okay. Oh hey, VPR's here in chat. yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I want to take the time to say hi to everyone first before we move on to taking out some keyboards. So I used to able to have boards just, you know, sitting like, oh, you know, on standby basically, where, okay, if I'm not building this today, I'm gonna build that. And I used to kind of have stuff like that, but because I'm taking on slightly bigger and bigger projects where, you know, I do some of the switch, I do, you know, a lot of the switch modding, or I have to solder other components under the PCB, blah, 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 yada, yada. There's just more stuff involved in the build, and I try not to start on a build and then stop and then start another project, because then, you know, you have all these parts everywhere and things get really messy. And yeah, so I thought we were gonna do that until I caught that. At first I thought, it's just a few switches, and I did more and more. Oh my god, it's half the switches. Okay, so yeah, so unfortunately that build's not happening today. We do have Monday off, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get something ready by then. But if we do, then I'll just get the build ready a bit earlier. But let's say hi to everyone. I see Duke Nate 5, or is it Duke Nates? I'm gonna say Duke Nate 5. Thank you for the, was it the follow? I know this name is definitely not familiar to me, so hello. And who else is here? Violet Viceroy, you made it. Devness, Chokan, of course, GA333E, Deadwing Dick, Poggern. I was just about to go to bed. Well, let's hope that the stream won't be too long then, just for your sake. Although some Pringles does sound pretty good right now. Which one's your favorite flavor for Pringles, or anyone here? I used to like the original, and then I thought, oh, it's boring, and then I like the other ones, and then now I've gone back to just liking the original the best, I think. And then I think the lightly salted is kind of weird. I don't know. I thought I would enjoy it because the original is still a bit too salty for me, but lightly salted, it's just kind of weird. I think the chips themselves are slightly different too. And that's what it feels like to me. Maybe I should check the stats or whatever on that. But I think they changed something with the chips themselves. And I usually like the barbecue ones though. Sour cream and onion was my dad's favorite, or is my dad's favorite. I think it's a bit too much sour cream powder. They should, you know, just... But anyway, I don't like all the weird pizza ones though. Like, you know, a baked potato or something, and it's always a baked potato with bacon bits. And yeah, it's just... It really doesn't taste very good. Arctic Fox 9 months in a row. Yes, basically a baby sub. It's a tiny little sub, like a half an inch sub. But thank you so much, Arctic Fox. Good to see you here. Okay, let's continue saying hi to everyone. Let's see, who else am I missing? I stopped at Poggern, and then VPR 555. Long time no see. Long time, like 4 hours. Jetstream. Also, Jetstream just built his first custom keyboard. We should probably ask him how that turned out. It was a TKC 1800. Alex, how's it going? And Goyal as well. Good morning to you in India. 14x71, how's it going? Bug Whisper. Hope the cat keycaps are ordered shipped. Oh, I still have my cat keycaps actually. If I had a replacement spacebar, I would actually use it. But yeah, the spacebar, I can't use it, so oh well. And Duke Nate 5 says, I was looking at getting the EPBT black on white keycaps you reviewed back in October. Was the warping easy to fix? No. Some people have had luck fixing theirs. The ones I had, some of the keys, the thing is, it really depends. So some of them are warped, kind of weird. You can only fix warp that's when it's warped on the y-axis. So when it's a vertical warp, then you can easily just kind of push it down and heat it up and then have something heavy over it. But when it's warped on the X and Z axes, then it gets way trickier. And if it's warped on the stems, then it's pretty much unfixable, sort of. But basically what deafness is. Why did I even bother answering that when deafness just fucking... I should have just scrolled down. Okay, who else is here? So I said Bug Whisper already, I believe. And Tally, good to see you here. And of course, Panna Water with the resub. Helios, oh, we're still with the lube guy. 6 Degrees, how's it going? Hammer Brother, happy Friday to you. And Daredevil, of course. Brick Cube, yeah, the thing about Helios is I haven't received any Helios yet. Actually, I think maybe I have. I'll have to check, but... And Crippled, how's it going? About to build an Alice with it? Oh boy. An NGB. Hello, hello. But yeah, you have to be pretty slow, and like I said, if you're just typing on it, you won't notice it. But I think that sometimes, every once in a while, if you push a key down slowly, it'll be there. So, and Sineared Win. I don't know how to pronounce that. Thanks for the follow. Sleepsin as well. PC Low Letter. Okay, who am I missing? I'm gonna say hi to everyone, and we're gonna start with taking this out. And so yeah, we're just gonna take these out, test them, and then we're gonna see what other keyboard things I have to take out. Yeah, last night, you know, we're gonna try 2 things because the Telios aren't working out. We're gonna try vintage blacks, new old stock vintage blacks, and we're gonna try retooled blacks as well. See if we have better luck with those. Yeah, so last night I actually desoldered a Wise board to harvest the vintage blacks. So yeah, so that was fun at 2:30 a.m. or 3 a.m. It was just fucking just like, let's see if I can get this to work or whatever. Yeah. But I thought maybe we could at least get things ready still for the build, and then it's just kind of, yep, nope. There's no way. Piece of Letter says, always sour cream and onion. Well, everybody loves sour cream and onion. Vagina flavor, what the fuck, dude? Okay, so VPR sour cream and onion. Chokan sour cream and onion. Violet Viceroy. PC Load Letter. All sour cream and onion. See, okay, maybe what I need to do is I need to get a can of sour cream and onion again just to confirm. So I haven't had sour cream and onion Pringles in actually quite a while. Years, I'd say. I think maybe I just don't have that fond of a memory of it just because my dad, you know, every time we go on a trip, my dad would get it. And so it's like, it's always a flavor. If we do get Pringles, it's gonna be that. And so maybe that's why. But like I said though, if they just made it a bit less sour, I think it would be more on board. Maybe. I've never had the vinegar and, what is it? Sea salt and vinegar or some weird shit like that. Is that one any good? It's just vinegar. I don't even like vinegar. Well, I guess it depends. I actually like vinegar on some things. Okay, so we've got votes for original Daredevil with the barbecue. Yes, I think is it the mesquite barbecue one is a bit better or something. I don't know. Most chips are too salty. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree that most chips are way too salty. I absolutely agree. Which is why, you know, and then the lightly salted is, like I said, I think they changed the recipe for the actual chips themselves because they feel more, they're not as crunchy or crispy. It's kind of strange. They feel kind of weak. And I saw it wasn't the low fat one. It was actually just lightly salted. Alright, so this I have to start working on. So these are the RGB components for this Oh, did they start including the RGB components for the polycarbonate Singa? That's pretty cool. Cause I know the last one they didn't include it. The last one I built, it wasn't included, and so the guy had to buy it from somewhere else to ship it to me. Purple 710, how's it going? And yes, Valid Viceroy. That's why they're called crisps, because chips are. Oh, chips and fries are different cuts. So are chips the like the fat cuts? You like wafers? Okay, Jetstream says basically didn't listen to you when I put all the caps on a bunch of key sets themselves properly, but I had to resell them. So when I put all the caps. Yeah, because the TKC 1800 is one of the few boards where you actually have to care about the alignment and everything because of the way the clamshell case works. Take these things out, so we have to make sure that everything works fine, at least. I don't think there's anything under here. Okay. Let's put the rubber feet on. Is the light too dark? Nah, that's what I didn't know too bright. I need to make it just a little brighter though. It's kind of weird. Hey brother, also love sour cream and onion. And Chewy, how's it going? Lube slabs are Park Champ. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I really like the. So how is the white finish in person? Is it kind of yellowy or is it just a nice white? Or is it too blue? Because like the Chiwi is a bit too cool. Even Gawk is that's why for the Chiwi round 2 that, you know, Shannon is thinking of running, Gawk actually is trying to get him to make a more neutral white. So let's put the feet on first. Choka says, now I wish I didn't like them. I want to be special. Yeah, I'm surprised that sour cream and onion is such a common choice. Not that it's a bad thing, right? I'm just shocked. Lays have an India specific magic masala. Yeah, we have some specific Malaysian flavors as well. And the local flavors are usually pretty damn good. Dip a whole onion in sour cream. See, I used to think I love sour cream, and then I came here, and sour cream is kind of the only option for a lot of, you know, it's only sour cream and ranch most of the time. I don't know what's with Americans and slobbering white creamy things on their food. Like, you know, there's not a lot of condiment choices. You get ketchup, which is red, which is also kind of disgusting. You know, you either do that or it's just thick white stuff on your food. Or you got a burrito, here, let's put some white stuff on it. And yeah, like, you know, ranch, mayo kind of, and sour cream. And of course you got mustard and ketchup, but that's whatever. You know, no one actually goes, you know, you get something really good, oh my god, I can't wait for some ketchup and mustard. Like, it's always like, you know, okay, is this some real shit food, cheap food? Let's just try to, you know, put something on there just to make it feel like I didn't spend $1 in this thing. Brick Cube says sea salt and vinegar. It's amazing. Kind of got like vinegar though. Can be strong. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried the vinegar and salt chips. And vinegar, it really depends, but for me, most of the time, people overuse it. At least over here. Like in a hot sauce, why the fuck did you put so much vinegar in there? Just calm down on the sour. Make it spicy, please. Crippled says my LED should come in the mail Monday. Alright, sounds good. Let me know when everything gets in. You should, if you have a way to light them up, you should probably light them up just to make sure that it's the color that you want. So you could just put it in your, if you get your PCB to have the backlighting turned on, you can just use the LED to short 2 pins to light it up. Just eat raw potato, that's the Christian way. I hate that potatoes are so hard to store though. You have to. I know you're supposed to put it in water to prevent oxidizing and shit like that, but it's just annoying. Hogan says, I love everything that makes me fat. I guess that's most people, right? It's hard to hate anything that makes you fat. And people are like, no, I actually hate it. No, you hate the fact that it makes you fat. If it didn't make you fat, you would fucking love it. Cripple says, I gave my wife some wife stuff earlier. Great. I hope she gave you husband stuff. Alex says, mayo, ranch, sour cream is the spiciest level of salsa only people can handle. Kappa. Man, yeah, it blows my mind. People would eat some vinegar and they're like, oh man, spice. Not vinegar, sorry. Mustard. Like, ooh, yeah, spicy. I'm like, spicy? What fucking mustard are you eating? Why is it spicy? it's not spicy. What the fuck? Yeah, I was just oh, hold on. We cannot put this one in first. We have to put the lion brass piece first. So let's set this aside. Let's be careful with it. Okay, where is the lion? Oh no, where is the lion? Oh. I see Sriracha on things it should not go on all the time. Yes, and Sriracha is overrated. I'm sorry for all of you. It is overrated. It's like Sriracha is a basic chili sauce. That's it. Like it's just. Oh yeah. I know the spice is usually horseradish, and that's horseradish is actually what wasabi is. For the most part, outside of Japan, it's not actual wasabi. It's just colored horseradish of some sort. So if you like wasabi and this is disappointing, then yes, unfortunately yes. But yeah, Sriracha, it's like, I mean, I guess I like it better than Tabasco and other typical hot sauces, but it should be like the last option when it comes to chili sauce. Like it'd have to do if it's the only thing you have, but yeah, there are better things. Okay, so you can see it's really cool. And again, this is not the first time I'm unboxing this thing, and we've already built one. It's special, but you can see it's got these 2 screw points here, and so it's a very cool design. I don't know exactly how much of this was Poner's design, how much of this was Yutzu or TGR's design, and how much of it was Elaine or Cat Wee Wee of Singa KBD. Yeah, I don't quite know. Maybe someone knows. But yeah, but the weight design is really cool. And you have to use the right length of screws, so we have to be very careful. Because if you use the wrong length of screws... Okay, so these are for the weight, that's for sure. These are way too long, so we'll start out with the short screws. So for those of you who remember, I think it was Rance Pones, he used screws that are a bit too long, and so he put 2 little dimples on the the brass face. He got 2 dimples here. Yeah, we were Brick Cube and Violet Viceroy. We were just talking about VPR and I were just talking about the Elf X 1.1 group buy match on. Yes, apparently it's most likely getting cancelled because that's what Elf has said. So, whoops. Did you know that it takes 10,000 pounds of potatoes to make 2,500 pounds of potato chips? That's terrible efficiency. Only 25%. What do they do with the rest? Do they just make mashed potatoes with it? And 1 in a million, how's it going? Also, I'm pretty excited for next month. 1 in a million is gonna be here. We haven't decided if. So he's gonna be here Friday and Saturday. So we'll either do kind of a let's meet thing like what we have with Chewy, or he's gonna help out with one of the Friday streams. But either way, that's gonna be pretty exciting because he's in Houston and he's driving to Dallas for the meetup on the 9th. So that's gonna be cool. Mashed potatoes is good shit though. I agree. I growing up, it was one of my favorite things to eat. Although my favorite mashed potato, that one place that I love to get mashed potatoes from, Dave. I don't know if they're still going. So it was a place called Dave's Deli. Please don't ruin it for me, guys. If you have Dave's Deli and you somehow, for some reason, you hate the mashed potatoes, please don't tell me it's bad. I remember it very fondly. I really do. That gravy, the mashed potato itself wasn't amazing, but the gravy. I have not found better gravy for mashed potatoes. That shit was so fucking good. I've never seen a Dave's Deli here though, so I don't know if it's like a more European or English chain, or I don't know. I should look it up. Always, does anyone else have this problem where you know, especially for, I guess, people my age or older, where you know you kind of remember your lives in two separate categories, before the internet and after the internet, and so for some reason, things that memories, you know, of thing or just whatever, you know, of anything before the internet, you don't you don't look it up or Google it just because you don't think about it that way. And so, you know, so things like, for example, Dave's Deli, like, you know, that's one of my favorite places to go to when I was a kid, but I've never Googled it for some reason. And same thing with older Lego sets, the Lego sets that I liked. I remember Talisman Solutions. I don't know if he's still here, but he looked up the was it Life on Mars Lego set. And yeah, this was another thing that, you know, as a kid, you know, I really liked. But I just never bothered looking it up just because, I don't know, it's just, I don't think about it that way. I don't think it's something that I can just Google. And yeah, so I'm just like, oh man, I really wish I had that set. And then it's like, wait, you know, you can buy it for less than, you know, for like some of the sets from there, you know, pretty cheap on eBay. They're gonna be assembled and used, but I was like, oh, why did I not think of that? Sin says, is this a person aboard? No, this is for, first of all, hello Sin, how's it going? This is not for me. I don't have any boards coming in for myself, I think. Actually, yeah, I don't think I have anything coming in for myself. The last board to come in for me was the Chiwi, I think. I hope I'm using the right screw. Why is it not tightening? Is it gonna bite yet? So the other one screwed in nicely, but this one is, I'm not feeling it. What's going on? Oh, it's not positioned right, maybe? The hell? Yeah, I'm trying to be really careful with this just because I've seen people screw this up. Where did that screw go? See, these are definitely the K screws, right? Oh. Okay. So those screws are not long enough. I think maybe these are the screws to just separate it. Maybe. Hopefully. Yes, this looks like it. So those screws are too tiny, I think. Man, is it really that difficult to just make a little sheet about which screws go where and then just print it out? You know, this isn't a $5 thing. This is like a few $100s. I don't think it's that much problem. Like, just fucking label it. Because if they did that, then at least you won't have people using the long screws accidentally on the line and giving it dimples. And it's not even dimples on the face. It's dimples on the mane, which makes no sense. Bug Whisperer, have you... what is it called? Hasselback potatoes? Have you ever done Hasselback potatoes? Gail says, good old 90s in Asia. It's not just the 90s. I mean, early 2000s was that way for me as well. That's still the age of no internet. We did not get internet at home until, you know, even when I left for college, we did not have internet at home. We could access the Wi-Fi from the swimming pool area in our, because we lived in it's kind of a gated community or whatever, or some kind of complex. And so we would live close enough to the lobby that we could get their free internet there. And so my dad just kind of just relied on that. And so sometimes it's really bad because if the internet breaks down there, then we just won't have internet. And it broke down really often. And the connection was really bad as well. And yeah, so, you know, I definitely did not have internet for, you know, at least access to it for most of my life, actually. I love you. VPR with the gift sub from Tally. Tally is at 28. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so yes, these are the screws. Great. That's nice. Honey Millie says, hey, how much approval would I get from you if I get an extremely tactile switch? Nothing about. Go for it. I mean, it doesn't bother me, right? I've had to build with some good switches, bad switches, doesn't really matter to me. The only time I really care is when it becomes a problem, or if I'm modding the switches, then I'm not okay with, you know, say like clicking linears, for example. I'm not okay with that. Even though most people won't even notice it when they're using it, but I like to be a bit more careful. How the hell is this thing? Is it taped? Is it sealed onto itself? Oh yes, it is. Okay. But let's do this first. I will say it is kind of scary though how shallow the screws are for the brass weight. I do wish they had made it like, so instead of just 4 in the corners, I think if they had just had maybe 2 here or 2 here, I think that would have been a lot better. Because you can see, even right now, you can see it's kind of sticking out on one side because of the warp and stuff. And yeah, so if you could just have 2 more here, that would be nice. And it's just kind of scary because if it's bent a little bit or there's a lot of pressure, you never know when it'll just kind of pop the rest of it out. Which nylon screws are included? For the Singa? Labeling the screw bags, yes. Okay, let's see. Didn't I struggle listening to the same song on Walkman? Yeah, same song, or you know, like to maybe 3, 4, 5 songs, because you only had less than, you had maybe 1 meg or something, or a few mags, and obviously you could only use 1 to 8 kilobits in the bit rate. Chokan says, does anyone do that? Okay, so Chokan, LZ does that. So I think that was the first time I saw anyone do that. I think it was some LZ board where the screws are all labeled and stuff. Trinity, yeah, this is just an unboxing. We're not gonna build this right now. Just gonna test it out, and then we have a KBD 8X as well. How careful do you have to be with this polycarbonate? So polycarbonate is fragile, isn't a word for it. If you look at polycarbonate versus acrylic, you get a pretty good idea of what it's like as a material. So it is a very soft material, and usually when they say soft, you think, oh, is it like a pillow? No. Soft as in it's easily scratched, but it has great what's the word? Tensile? No, not tensile strength. What's the word? But basically, you know, you can, when you see bulletproof windshields and stuff like that, a lot of it would have, you know, polycarbonate in it or whatever. And yeah, so it doesn't crack easily. Impact resistance. There we go. VPR was just mentioning that to me. But yeah, so you typically see it in visors, race car windshields, things like that. And that's how it's primarily used. And so yeah, you don't have to worry about cracking as much as, say, like acrylic, you know, like you just screw it in wrong and it starts cracking. So yeah, so when you get something polycarbonate, you can kind of expect it to... Oh, VPR, just realized. Have you ever seen a polycarbonate board? Maybe I should have brought it out, but then again, it's not built. Maybe when it's built, you might be able to catch it before it gets shipped back out. Got the PCB. Oh, we need to test the PCB. That's right. Let's put the... I do need to just put the case together. I could also just start on the stable. Well, no, I cannot. I have to solder the RGB components on here. Okay. So we're just gonna put some of this together. Wait a minute, this is once put together this way, so fucking nice looking. Yes, it has a 3D look to it. You can tell that they're, you know, different layers, and you can tell there's something in between this weight and the weight on the inside. So yes, that's why I said that this is my favorite part of. It's one of the nicest weight designs ever. Like, this is actually pretty damn good. And I wish you could have, we could just buy the, maybe I could just ask someone, but yeah, I would really want just a polycarbonate bottom. If I could get just a polycarbonate bottom, I would actually consider keeping my Singa, my navy blue Singa, because I really like the polycarbonate bottom. I just don't like the polycarbonate top, because first of all, when you turn on the RGB, you know, we've seen it on that build, it really doesn't look very nice with the LEDs on. but you know, the top doesn't look very nice. But if you had a poly bottom and an elu top, that could be good. Oh no, Tally, PayPal problems. Those are the worst. And GMK Necro goes in a drawer to be forgotten about. I think you can try to sell it. Sell it back to Jessica. I think it would be cool to see someone engrave the... Yeah, can you imagine if you just engrave the, you know, a dick butt somewhere? And so, you know, first glance you'll miss it. But if you look closely, it's there. Might use the mod keys for something, the nice looking... Oh, I just black. Where's all of the tape? Oh, PTSD intensifies. I got a new YouTube comment just a few minutes before I started the stream. It was about the comment was because it shows up as just a notification on my phone and it says, "Man, those craters are really bad," or something like that. And I'm like, craters? What the fuck are we talking about? So I thought maybe it's a Lego build or some weird thing, and I don't remember. And I opened it. I clicked on the comment to see what video it was. And it brought me to TGR 910CE. Was it black, purple, or gray, purple unboxing? I remember. Yeah, that was bad. See, this is the reason why I didn't buy a polycarbonate one. These fucking things. Still, I know there are people who actually like this layout. I think that it's the dumbest version of 75 I've seen. Like, I'd rather have a 60% with just the function row and no right column. Like, you know those weird, it's like a 60 something percent, 70% or something like that. See, the thing is, people argue wind keyless is nice because of the static. Maybe, yeah, if you like that, sure. But this, they're like, it has this symmetry. This is not symmetrical. This is just what? You know, so why did you go wind keyless? It's not symmetrical anyway. Alright, so this is the PCB bag. I'm going to put it back in here. And we'll put the case back here. We need to test the PCB. Yeah, so this is the board. We will most likely do this on stream for sure. Of course, still nice as always. So now we have to test the PCB. What happened to 75% you're designing? I just haven't had time, honestly. Time, and I feel it's a few things. One of it, the big reason is I'm still trying to think of a design where I can make it both plate and PCB mount and still have flex. I haven't seen anyone come up with a good solution for that. I haven't really thought about one. And just haven't had time, and then apparently it's getting way more expensive to start. Okay, so, you know, I was working on it with Gawk, Gawk was doing a lot of the work. I was working with Gawk and God, and as y'all know, God has pretty much quit the hobby, and he got sick of group buys and things like that. And you know, Gawk, at first he wanted to make another board. He wanted to make a private kind of group buy thing where it's just he just wanted to make like maybe less than a handful. There was some other 75%. not as it won't be the same layout as the Cock keyboard, but you know, but it will still be designed by Gawk and everything. And he really wanted something like that. Worked on it, and then he found out, he got quotes from factories and stuff, and he found out that the prices have gone up a lot because of, you know, increased regulation in China and, you know, the inevitably kind of tariffs and shit. So prices are just kind of all over the place, and so yeah, he found out that prototyping costs and everything has just have gone up a lot. So you definitely need volume to offset that. And so yeah, so he's just like, you know what? I guess I just won't work on this anymore. So yeah, so it's kind of just like, it's just not a great time to start on anything. And yeah, and that's why money is definitely a big problem. And this prototyping costs you like, just make one. It's like, what do you mean just make one? Let's see. Finish GMK Anal. Oh boy. Yes, I do need to. Maybe I do need to run that. So let's test this thing out. Is it raining right now? It's supposed to storm. Oh, it still hasn't rained? Did it not rain just now? The fuck? Ooh, what did I just see? Northeast faces crushing winter storm this weekend. Oh boy. That's fun. Meanwhile, over here, it is fucking warm. I had to turn on my fan. Because, yes, it is. Very light chance of snow flurries. Let me... It was supposed to storm. Did it storm just now, VPR? Because I was asleep. After you left, I was knocked out. It was just... Okay, let's see. Weather. Yeah. Right now it is 62 degrees Fahrenheit or 17 degrees Celsius in winter at 10 p.m. Oh yes, it does say, yeah, at about 3-4 a.m. it's supposed to be some ice or snow flurries. Hey, maybe I'll still be up. Okay, let's test this thing out. Oh man. Okay, check this out. See, of course, one of the few buys that I got interested in. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to do that. Oh no. Oh my god, it's too fucked up. Whoops. Okay, see, the monitor got screwed up. Because it usually is on this monitor instead of the one behind me. And the webcams were all reset. But the audio worked today. I didn't need to restart the stream for the audio to work. Oh, oops, that's the wrong one. Holy shit. There we go. Okay. See, so... Reminder set. Yeah. Also, Ultra Annie, thank you so much. My last bits. Life is fucked. How am I still awake at 5 a.m.? See, usually when that happens, do you have anything to do for the weekend? When that happens, I'm just like, you know, if I still can't go to bed, it's like, fuck it. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna play some video games or just start working on something. I'm just gonna do something. I'm just gonna take a shower, start my day. And then eventually, if I'm doing something horribly boring, I'll just get tired and I'm going to bed. But yes, so yes, the group the thing is taken down. So let's refresh it. Is it taken down yet? Oh, not yet. It's still up here. But yeah, so yeah, one of the few things I've been interested in lately, and then rip. Okay. Let's test this thing out. Hopefully this one works just fine. The first Singa PCB I got had problems with the USB connector. Yes, wallpaper engine. Correct, Goyal. That is one of the few ultra-wide wallpaper engines. It's actually not bad here. We'll look at it real quick. We can do that. Is it this one? Yes. Yeah, it's actually quite nice, and you can see my board has that kind of dark orange RGB going on right now to match the wallpaper. So pretty nice, pretty nice. Oops. I'm too drunk for work. Oh no. Oh no, but you have to work? Or well, just do something. Just take a shower. That's the thing I always do is just if I'm too tired, take a fucking shower. We'll figure out whether. And then after the shower, if I'm wide awake and then super buzzed, let's go. Then I know, okay, I probably won't be able to go to sleep, and I'll just stay up. Or if I take a shower, oh man, that feels pretty nice. Oh man, and then I can just fall asleep. It's kind of what so my friend, what he used to do whenever he felt like he was maybe getting sick. When you feel that onset and you're not quite sure if you're getting sick or you're just not feeling well for a few minutes. Yeah, he would go out and play soccer, and he would go all out. And so he says, if he comes back and he's just feeling really pumped and he's like, okay, I'm not sick. I just needed some activity, some adrenaline, and then all right. Or if he comes back and he just feels like he's dead, then he knows, okay, yeah, I was falling sick, and that was a terrible idea to go out and play soccer. Yes, the PCB does have a WinKey because the normal Singas do come in the WinKey option, or the reasonable man's option. The intellectuals option. Okay, I think this key is a function key. It's not lighting up anything. So far so good, right? I think everything's lighting up. That's great. Fun Explorer, how's it going? That hand thing. Sorry, I missed you 4 minutes ago. It says, fuck it, stay up, go to bed at 8 p.m. on Saturday. See, that's what I thought. That's the way to do it. Anyone interested in 60% without any stabilized keys whatsoever? Have you tried it? Chokan, thank you so much for being here. Have a good weekend. Might be that guy to cut the WinKey blocker off. I thought about doing that. Just taking a Dremel to it. But I mean, I'd rather just have an aluminum top anyway. I don't even like the polycarbonate top, so it doesn't matter. Just has some thunder in the far distance. Ooh, VPR, were you here on stream when there was a huge thunderclap and the whole on stream you could see the whole room fucking just shaking? I think someone clipped that, so you can probably find it in the clips. Yeah, that was intense. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but that one week where we had that one stream where we had the camera constantly shaking, I think it was the Necro unboxing. No, was it the Necro unboxing or was it something else? I think it was something else. Yes, it was the Necro unboxing, right? Yeah, so confirmed it was the neighbors. Daredevil, no, it is not raining at all here. It is that calm before the storm. You know, very quiet, very warm. Air is pretty dry. I always forget that people actually live in Dallas. So when people talk about news about Dallas, you know, and you're like, oh, it's raining. And I'm like, oh yes, because when I asked for Dallas things, they're talking about where you live, not where I live. Wait, really? Was it really humid today? I don't know. It's been really dry over here. Which reminds me, I should go. Do you get tornadoes in your area? Apparently, we've had tornado warnings and stuff. Not often. I think maybe 2 or 3 times since I've been in Texas. Only 2 or 3 times, but never seen one. And COD SKT, how's it going? And Goyal, same to you. Thank you so much for being here. Please enjoy your weekend. And hope to see you soon. I hate doing LEDs and SIP sockets. Are the underglows and larger boards like DUC or TX sufficient to illuminate through clear switch housings? No. It won't be enough. Because even on 75%, it's not enough. And DUC has the LEDs way on the outside of the PCB, like on the edge of the PCB, basically, which explains a lot of the dead zones and you know, the lighting isn't very consistent. You can see the individual bulbs pretty obvious. Yeah. So no, if you want lights, then yeah, you're gonna have to solder some in. Temperature is supposed to drop below 0 here on Sunday. Sporadic snow Saturday and Sunday in New York. That's why I want to move somewhere where we actually have that. I've never enjoyed actual snow. I mean, I've seen maybe 1 or 2 inches. There's got to be like a micro penis joke here somewhere. But yeah, but other than that, no. And then the worst part about, you know, just having just a little bit of snow is that it's just muddy snow. Because it's just really wet soil mixed with the... it's nasty. Next thing on the list is a KBD 8X. So we'll do that. Oh, maybe I have something else actually. Hold on. Yes. So, someone asked about the Helios. Well, surprise, surprise. Rita says, snow sucks. I hate it. Oh, I'm not saying I would enjoy living someplace where it snows. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it would be nice to see it and experience it. I know I would probably hate it if, you know, I had to plow the snow. I had to, bring the icebreaker out and, clean the windshield every time before you drive and shit like that. Yeah, I think I would hate that, but you're welcome to shovel. It's supposed to snow 8 inches of snow here tonight. 15 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Damn. See, everyone's enjoying, or well, I say enjoying, but you get to see snow and stuff. Over here, it just gets cold, but it still feels nasty. Nah, it's just inconvenient. Oh yeah. I mean, it's nice to just have some sort of change, and like I said, it's nice for someone who's just touring. It's like, oh, that's cool. I wouldn't enjoy living in that kind of environment. I don't think. As long as I don't have to go anywhere. I think that's a lot of things though, right? There's a lot of things I don't mind doing. As long as I don't have anything else I need to do, I don't mind doing. Iridius, that's one of the few good things about living in Texas, or at least in small towns in Texas, like in Abilene. If it even just ices. So we're not even talking snow. We're talking, oh, there's ice on the streets. The whole day gets canceled. It's like, oh, there's some ice on Tuesday. Okay, boys, Tuesday's canceled. We'll try again Wednesday. Like, that's just it. And when the ice gets real bad, we've had a whole week where we just didn't have classes. So this was in college, yeah. I think that was a sophomore year. Yeah, whole week, no class. Feels fucking good. And then because I think it was also some holiday somewhere there. So, and then they kept saying like, okay, there's no class today. We'll try again tomorrow. Next morning, you wake up. Well, you don't wake up. You get woken up at 7 a.m. by other people yelling. Other people in the dorms yelling, oh, there's no class. And, they're fucking just knocking on everyone's doors. No class today, guys. No class today. And some people get so excited. One guy got so excited, he just fucking just stripped naked in the hallway. He was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're just like, alright, yeah, that's... that was exactly how I planned to start my morning. Yes. I want to see a dick in my... Yes. That's how I want to start the day. And he's like, yup, I'm going back to bed. Just shut the fuck up. It's great. But yeah, so that was the best part about being in Abilene. Scraping windows is a pain in the ass. Yes, absolutely. For sure. Snowing is when it's nice when you work from home. And then you're like, oh yes, this is amazing. You had the good fortune having... Nah, actually I haven't been back to school. So it turns out, I was wondering why my classes weren't showing on Canvas. Like, it was there, but I clicked on, nothing would work when I clicked on them. And then on Tuesday, I decided to skip classes because of a Dota film premiere thing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay home and watch this. It's a live stream event. So you know what? Fuck it. Nothing really happens on the first day, right? That's really important information, but at least there's no homework. So whatever. Let's just skip it. And so I sat at home. I was like, man, I've never skipped the first day of classes before. It feels kind of bad. And then on Wednesday, I was like, yeah, I have to go to classes tomorrow on Thursday. Okay, we'll have to go back to classes. And I was just checking online, like, hey, there's got to be something now, right? Like syllabus stuff that, I need to check. Maybe some emails to send. And then I got emails from the school, just a bunch of spam. And it's about, oh, with classes resuming on the 22nd, we want to remind everyone. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? And so, yes, turns out, classes never start this week. What the fuck? So, they start next week. Yeah. So that's nice. Bravi, welcome to the stream. What's the keyword in the back? That's the KBD 75 V2. You can see it. It's matching the wallpaper right now. Oh my god. Okay, see, that's why I said wintertime is great when you work from home. Because, yes, Southerners have no fucking clue how to drive. That's why you cancel the whole city. because it's so dangerous. Like even on just rainy days, it's like no, you know, we're not even talking crazy storms. We're talking like just a regular rain. On our way from Abilene to Dallas, you see like 11 wrecks on the side. And we're not even talking crazy. Again, we're not talking crazy storms. We're talking just like a regular rain. Yeah, because people just have no fucking clue how to drive when it's wet. And Bravi, yeah, it's really not bad. I don't like it with box whites. I would assume it would sound okay with linears and tactiles. Helpful, how's it going? People can't drive in Raleigh for shit. Oh, are you in Raleigh? Dude, so many people in North Carolina, man. Oh no. Wow, this feels... This one feels bad. Guess we'll find out more when we actually type on it. I don't think I have to mod any of these, so we're gonna build a board with completely stock Helios, I believe. But yes, Helios switches. What I think of them, well, we'll find out. I did have one that's already, that feels really fucking bad. I'll probably bag this separately actually. I should do that. PC load letter says it rained this week in Southern California. Ooh. It says, oh, on my way home from work a couple nights ago, I saw 3 flipped cars on the freeway within a 5-mile stretch. Then again, though, there are a lot of cars there, right? When we're talking Abilene to Dallas, there's not a lot of cars between Abilene and Dallas. All right, compared to, say, in Southern California. There really is not. But you would see, yeah. So, lots of wrecks. So I realize there's a lot of us in the Triangle area. Yeah, because I have a couple good friends there in North Carolina. And there's a lot of keyboard people there as well. Helios feel funny to me. Mighty fine Jindig, how you doing? Yeah, so, I mean, I don't have a lot of thoughts on them right now. I mean, it's just, you know, it's not reliable to, and they're linear, so it's, but we'll build with them, and we'll find out how they feel. I have to check with the guy on what we have to do. So maybe, actually, since we're waiting on switches for the 8X, maybe I'll just stop working on those for now, and then I'll probably get started on the Singa, and maybe we can do this next week. Or sometime this weekend, if I have time. But you have to drive pretty stupid flip car in the rain. Oh, absolutely, yeah. That. We did not see any flip cars on that trip when we were coming back. So, yes. 3 flipped is pretty insane. But is it because there's slopes and stuff? I mean, I'm not familiar with driving in Southern California. But driving from Abilene to Dallas is pretty much a straight road. There's almost no turns. And there's no slopes. For the most part, like, you know, I would say 95% of it's just fucking flat lands. You're just driving straight, just okay, straight freeway. So it's just people just driving way too fast, and then here's my exit, or I need to go to this lane. Gotta run to watch a movie with the girlfriend. We'll keep the stream on. All right, no problem at all. Water pools in some areas because we don't usually get this much rain. Oh yeah, I think maybe I wouldn't be able to. Well, actually, I mean, yeah. See, I'm used to a lot of rain, and yes, it does get pretty dry there. I know, even in LA, for example. So I wonder how that would work. Because back home it would rain, you know, half the time basically. I got Wallpaper Engine after seeing yours. Ooh, is it? How much is it on Steam right now? Is it still $5 or how much was it? There's a lot of cool stuff on there. And Wallpaper Engine is also a good way to if you have an OLED panel, it's a good thing to have. You know, just have an animated, very animated, and just constantly swap your wallpapers so that you don't get burnt in and stuff like that. Oops. Hamon set is neat. I like the theme. Everyone loves bacon. I would say actually a surprisingly huge amount of people in the world don't like bacon. Most of them never even tried bacon. Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna sell it to them, right? How is a haram set gonna sell? Probably $5 USD. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. So, which wallpaper are you using? So, if you have an ultra wide though, options are kind of limited, but you know, ultra wide wallpapers are limited to begin with. Okay, we get a brass plate with this KB8X. Whoa. Now that is PVD coated brass. Look at that. That is shiny as hell. So, this isn't as nice as some PVD brass plates I've seen. Hold on. Because you can still see the brush texture underneath. So it's definitely not like the best I've seen, but this is still better than some of the previous brass things I see from KBD fans. And yeah, it is very shiny though. And once you put switches on here, you definitely cannot tell. Oh my god, there's already fingerprints everywhere. Oh no. But look at that. That's not bad. This is, yeah, like I said, this is actually from looks alone, this is actually the best brass thing I've seen from KBD fans. Because I've had some brass plates from them. Kind of okay. Some were actually kind of bad, but this one's not. Doesn't look bad. So let's try with some switches. Got the PCB that we need to test out, and I'm gonna put the Helios aside. These are going in the Singa. Where's the box? Is it warped? Good question. Let's find out. This desk is pretty straight. Oh, no, actually. Holy shit. What? This is the straightest plate I've received from... Hold on. Yeah. This is surprisingly straight. Is that maybe like a... stuff you hear at gay bars? Wow, this is surprisingly straight. But yeah, I am impressed that it actually is. Like, there are no obvious warp problems. Maybe there are some edges, but you know, when I set it on that desk, it's nice and flat. I can't do it on this desk because this desk is a little warped on its own because it's wood. Animated wallpaper is a particular type of wallpaper. Good question. I don't use it that much, so I don't remember. I remember just being confused the first time I set it up, and then afterwards it's kind of straightforward. Hold on, let me see. Wallpaper engine. Let me open it. Okay, well, for those of you who are curious here, I'm gonna show you how it works. Oh, I have Steam closed, right? Hold on. So, this is wallpaper engine. And these are the installed ones that I have. And then if you go to workshop, I think I use workshop more than discover, I think. So you go to workshop and then you have filters. See, so I have it only on ultra wide 3440 by 1440. And then I don't think I bother doing animated. See, like most of them are gonna be animated. Most, not all though. And a lot of them are actually kind of bad. Because it's all, you know, submitted by just users. Okay, so you can pick the ones you want, you know, anime. I know some of you really like that stuff. Sports. Wasn't there? Yeah, girls and guys. The fuck. Anyway. London Bridge hand painted. We could try it. Oh, what just happened? Oh. Oh. And then if we do... Oh. That's pretty neat. See how it looks over here. So the... Oh, that is nice. So it's an oil painting that shifts and moves. So it's not just the water. If you look at the clouds, the sky, it's also moving. That's cool. It's got a pretty neat effect. But I am just gonna change it back though. I like the previous one. So where was it? Sakura tree, there we go. It's kind of the wrong season to have this, right? I should have had this wallpaper maybe 2-3 months ago. QXP extras going up soon. Oh, anyone getting some? Right, so we're gonna try some switches in here. So I don't know if the owner of this board is here right now. I know he was. So the Telios was supposed to go on this thing. This was supposed to be the build tonight, and he was pretty frustrated with you know finding out that the switches have problems and stuff. So I'm happy to report that at least the plate. This is a better plate than the previous KBD 8X that we did, for sure. And yeah, the switches are, at least so far, they fit in here nicely. I'm not seeing any problems. It's a pretty nice and solid fit. That's good. Yeah, and these are the switches that click. So if you just, I'm assuming if you just put keycaps on, you can't tell, man, but I can tell just. Oh, that does not feel good. Oh, ew. That's disgusting. Okay, I'm gonna put some keycaps on to see if I can catch. How does that clicking thing feel if you have keycaps on? It's way harder to catch once you put keycaps on. Then you don't feel the stem. Oh, never mind. You can definitely too feel it though. But I would say under normal use, you won't be able to feel it at all, honestly. Under normal use, when you're just pressing it, you really won't tell. It's when you push down very, very, very slowly. Oh god, this one I can definitely tell though. Yeah, so just kind of varying levels, I guess. Oh lord. Yeah, that one's definitely. Yep. So, fortunately, with some they're gonna be worse than others, and yeah, you can definitely tell for some of them. I still personally wouldn't use switches like that just because of the potential problems. And yeah, so I would just be, like I said, if you already have something built and you haven't caught this problem. Oh, I just realized I have it on the wrong camera. I'm sorry. But if you already have it and you and you haven't noticed this problem, don't look for it. Just ignore it. But if you are thinking about doing a build with the V2 switches and linears especially, then please be wary of this. If you think this might be a problem for you, then just wait. Maybe something will get done. I don't know. I have no idea. Also, Valid Viceroy. Yes, stream's still going on. So, KBD 8X. Brass plate's pretty nice. PVD coated brass plate. Yeah, actually really nice. So, I should probably let him know. The brass plate itself is so far really good. I should probably clean it before I put it back. Okay, so we've got these Enjoy PVT stabilizers. So just from looking at them and from putting them on and everything, they look and feel exactly the same as Zeo or they look exactly the same as Zeo stabilizers, just black. Well, I guess they look exactly the same, except the black. But no, as in the dimensions and everything looks exactly the same, and the inserts look the same as well, the way they work. Because the Zeo stabilizers, something that they didn't really advertise as well, the inserts are better, I would say, than cherry stabilizers, because there's no way for you to put the insert in reverse. There's no way you can put it in wrong, because when you put it in wrong, it just won't fit it won't fit at all. Whereas the cherry stabilizers, you can have the insert installed in reverse, and if you just don't test it, you have no idea, because everything will look normal until the stabilizer doesn't even come up, and you go, oh shit. How do KBD's TKLs compare to G group buys on GCAC? We'll find out with this build. Because the only one I built was with the Zillow V2s. And they were stock Zillow V2s. And the springs were really loud. And, you know, it wasn't a typing experience that I really enjoyed anyway. It was kind of difficult. The end of plate had some problems. But yes, KBD fans, anodizing though, it's going to be better than almost any group buy you can join. For sure. Or you know, any keyboard from a group buy that you can join. You get what I'm saying. Jashim says, I'm using Zeostats. Flash Fit was mad helpful. Yeah, for sure. That's why it definitely is helpful for people just starting out. I still don't think it feels and sounds as good as cherry stabilizers after you mod them, but yeah, it's basically idiot proof, dummy proof, which is very nice. Because yeah, it's definitely a better designed stabilizer. Okay. So how about this one? Okay, see, so this is a round 2. This still has the absolutely amazing kind of incognito LED status indicators. So the previous one we built was it black? It was black, right? This one is gray. That one was black, right? I think it was black. It's a wind keyless, unfortunately. Of course, you do have hook marks. This is where they hold on to the piece for anodizing. Excuse me. Oh gosh. So let's put rubber feet on. Let's put the plate in just to get an idea of how things are gonna fit. Cause yeah, so far so good. Right, like I said, the plate cutouts are way better on this one than on the aluminum one that we did. Oh, focus. It's a bit fake jewels. I know, man. Definitely. What's it? Regression. Right. It was great, and then just what have you done? Okay, let's see. Yes, bless me indeed. Does anyone else here have the thing where you start sneezing under when you get exposed to sunlight? It's like a really shitty vampire, right? Yeah, the sun, I'm melting. This one is just the sun. Yeah, does anyone else have that? So I thought it's just kind of a weird glitch thing, but apparently it affects. Is it 30%? Or 13% of people. There's a of course they have a so we were talking about acronyms and stuff, and I have something to say about that as well. So hold on. Sneezing sun. Man, that's a cool name for a band, right? The Sneezing Sun. Photic sneeze reflex. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in chat and you can check it out. Great when you're driving, super convenient. Yes, it's actually. So I don't think there's been any accidents from that, but people have said that yeah, the main problem is when you're driving and stuff, it's actually quite dangerous. But I don't think there's been any really fatal accidents to, you know, at least of note from people with that problem. I sneeze every day at work around 3 p.m. You're getting paid to sneeze. Nice way to force yourself to sneeze. No, this you can't really force yourself to sneeze. It's not all the time. Okay, see, so it says the condition affects 18 to 35% of the population in the United States. Exact mechanism of action is not well understood, so no one really knows why it happens. Yeah, I am definitely not too great at sunlight. So yeah, first of all, the sneezing thing. Second, I get incredibly drowsy when it's super bright with sunlight. It's really bad. That's why I don't like driving at all during the daytime. I hate driving during the day. I absolutely hate it. The brighter it is, the worse I feel. So I can get a great, you know, night's sleep, you know, nice solid 8 hours of feeling fresh, take a shower, you're ready to go. You know, you've had breakfast or whatever, you know, your day is started, and I'll drive. And yeah, the sun, and because of how bright it is, I'll just feel so drowsy. And it's so bad. And yeah, but when I'm driving at night, you know, no matter how tired I am just awake. I'm just solid, just you know, just super focused, hyper focused. Yeah, I do not like driving in the sun at all. I tried looking it up though. I don't think it's very prevalent, so I don't know what the issue is. Maybe there's some shitty conditioning. USB port on that PCB on the bottom. Good question. Whoops. Hold on. Also, bad news caps. Good to see you here. So PCB. Let me take it out. We are not taking the PCB out yet. Yes, it is on the bottom. Controller here. Connector here. So this is on the bottom. Yamos is sounding pretty good. Wait, you got the... You ended up getting the... Did you get the floor standards or did you just get the S803? And did you pay 200 or 300? And yes, the Achu. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, sneeze twice every day type of every time type of guy. But walk outside, set aside an Achu. Okay, yeah, Bug Whisper then. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Okay, usually can. Hold on. I will 100% finish the sneeze if I stare at light. 801. Okay, I know Zeos didn't like the 801 and some people didn't like it. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe he didn't have it set up right. Because I mean, I didn't like the 803s and he thought it was the most amazing thing ever. I did not enjoy the 803s at all. But 149 a pair is insanely cheap though. So you kind of have to temper your expectations. Okay, so if you look at that photic sneeze reflex thing, also known as, or backronymed, that's a good word, right? Backronymed. Autosomal compelling helio ophthalmic outburst, or ACHU. And so, okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, Google, what's the weather?
Right now in Dallas, it's 17 degrees and mostly cloudy. Tonight, it's predicted to be 17 and mostly cloudy. And tomorrow, it'll be cloudy.
Can you guys hear that just fine? I guess I could make it louder. Okay, Google, set volume to 100%. Alright, so I think you should be able to hear it now, right? You can hear the Google Home Mini. Alright, so we're talking about acronyms, right? Okay, Google, how do you pronounce ISO?
That's pronounced ISO.
Okay, Google, how do you pronounce ANSI?
That's pronounced ANSI.
Okay, Google, how do you pronounce PLANCK?
That's pronounced plank.
You know which show pronounced all three of those things wrong? All three of those things. Yeah, you're supposed to ISO and ANSI. You know, you like ISO. I think the ANSI is superior. The ANSI. The plunk keyboard. And that one kind of, the plank is the one that kind of got me annoyed because they got Jack Humbert, I think is his name, the designer of the plank, on the stream. They're asking him, so how do you pronounce it? And he's like, plank. I'm like, oh, but I think, you know, we pronounce it plunk. I think it should be pronounced plunk. It's like, you're asking the fucking designer, the guy who named it, how to pronounce it. He corrects you. He tells you what it is, and you won't accept it. How much fucking hubris do you need to have? Like, you know, do you just have no shame? You know, plunk. It's like, and then, you know, it's like, is that fine? And then, you know, he's a nice guy. He's not gonna say like, no, you can't say that. He's just like, well, you can say it however you want. But he, you know, the designer himself just calls it plank. The whole stream is just like, yeah, it's the plank, you know, design. When I was working at the plank, the plank. It's like, and then these two guys are going, oh, so when you were working on the plank. Matey, when I was forced to walk the plank. Absolutely reprehensible. Yeah, that's okay. See, some other things if you pronounce it, you know, I mispronounce things very often, right? English is not my first language. It is, I guess, now my, it's not my mother tongue. It's definitely my first language now. It's the thing I use the most. But, I didn't grow up speaking English. So, I get it. Mispronunciations happen all the time. But if you asked the guy who named it, the designer, the creator, how to read something, how to pronounce something, and he tells you something different, you follow him. You don't try to correct him. I still think it should be pronounced the plug. What the fuck, dude? But yeah, and then people who say ISO and ANSI, that shit drives me insane. Why do you think they picked those letters? They picked it so that you can just fucking read it as a word. And then people would have arguments about how to pronounce it. It's like, why did you argue? Just Google it. It says there. If you just Google it, hold on. Alrighty. If you just Google it. Mind if I Google myself? Okay. See, it says right here. Where is it? Where is it? I had the link. It's on mobile. It shows up just fine. But I mean, if you get the seats, you're supposed to read it as a word. Just. Don't lie. What do you mean? Oh man, yeah. It's just. When people read things in a weird way, just and sound pretentious, that shit just gets me. Ah. And the worst part is, when people correct, that's why I said, what? If no one corrects you, whatever. When people correct you, you should probably stop and think, maybe I should rethink how I read this thing. I'm missing one screw. This is not good. Where did that last screw go? Oh no. Oh no. No, seriously, where the hell did the last screw go? What? I mean, I have extras, but I don't want it just sitting around randomly on the desk. That should be the new subscriber sound. Is there an ANSI standard for how to pronounce ANSI? ANSI. I like the ANSI enter key. The ANSI. ANSI. Are you a fan of the NASA? I'm not much of a biology guy. I'm more of a space guy. I like outer space. Like, Neil deGrasse Tyson is my jam, and I have a lot of NASA hoodies and NASA posters and NASA information in my head and knowledge. I really liked when SpaceX, came up to sort of compete with NASA. The GIF guy says pronounce GIF, but screw that. Yeah, I know, right? That kind of sucked though, because they asked him after the White House made an official thing. They're telling me it's not Mimi. Man, I knew someone who actually called it meme, unironically. She was trying to tell us about a meme. And this is a grown-ass woman. And we're not talking grown-ass as in, like, If you're 50 or 60 and you call it meme, I'm just like, that's kind of endearing, you know. You know, we were talking about the whole pre-internet age, and you wonder why do these old people not Google stuff? And then, you know, if I don't even Google things from my childhood because I don't remember it, you know, I don't think of it in terms of the internet. For some reason, I don't think you can find it on the internet. For those people, if you're 64 and you only just found out about the internet at the age of 59 or something, the majority of life, you're not going to Google anything because most of your knowledge is pre-internet age. And so you just don't think of it as, oh, it's something I can just look up. Okay, so we're going to test out the plate in the case first, and then we're going to test the PCB. How's that? We need some strategy to get this going. It's like asking how do you pronounce your name and then you pronounce it differently. And then they still insist on pronouncing it the wrong way. Yeah, it happens to me quite often. Because of my last name. No. So the V1 had a weird sandwich mount thing, and then the V2 is just bottom mount basically. So we're gonna screw this in. Man, but this brass looks pretty nice with the grate. Check that out. That is pretty cool. Be careful of it. It's a very delicate connection. Meme. It's so cringy. I always pronounce it GIF. Okay, see, I used to say GIF just because the official, you know, White House, they made an announcement thing because people asked them. And I was like, okay, so that's the standard. And of course, you ask the designer, said, oh, the creator, and he's like, oh, it's GIF. And then now he was like, fuck, what am I supposed to call it? And I don't think there's been a resolution, right? We should just go back to calling it a GIF. How's that? You go around telling you, did you see this GIF? Let me send you this GIF. Or we could just call it something else, you know, like instead of like an animated, you know, it's because it's a short animation, right? Like an animated short. So we could just short form animation, like anim is kind of weird. Anime. Did you get the NASA decimal for novel keys? No, but I did get GMK LASER. Yeah, so this thing is pretty difficult to set in place, honestly. It just kind of moves everywhere. You're gonna have to be very careful with this. And it's not magnetic, of course. Damn it. How did you pronounce DOTA when it came out? Oh man, I have to, hold on. I just saw this video. Where is it? Oops. Here, check this out. Mighty Fine Shindig. Also, Mighty Fine Shindig, anyone else? Did anyone watch True Sight? So fucking good. So good. I watched it twice already. I'm thinking of watching it a third time with my brother this weekend. He hasn't seen it. I'm like, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Yeah, I finally set up a Google Home Mini. I have one outside the kitchen, and I really liked it so much that I just set up another one in the room. It's just pretty useful. Hardy smoke. Fucking hilarious. Man, every once in a while, I'll still put on that Base Hunter Dota song. I know he did one for League of Legends recently, but it's not the same, man. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, but the League of Legends one, the song kind of sucks. It doesn't have as good of a flow. He did it for the money. That's different. Oh, these tiny screws are so annoying. And they're not magnetic. Yes, I could use blue tack. I learned that recently. It's just that you have to screw it in at a very slight angle. I think 8 degrees or something like that, to be exact. Alright, Violet Viceroy, have a good night. Thanks so much for being here. I know it's pretty late where you are now. Thanks so much for being here. That was my jam back in the day. Dude, it's still good, man. It's still fresh even right now. Still such a good song. If you play it at a pub or something, you know, it's still gonna be. I guess maybe a pub is not the word. A disco, a nightclub, it would still be popping. Okay, one word that I've really hated. The way it's been used recently is the word clean. Because, you know, in my head, when you say clean, you mean like, okay, not just minimalist, right? It doesn't have to be minimalist, but, you know, it's got a nice flow and everything. And, you know, just kind of just clean, right? Just clean. And people would use it for, like, the weirdest shit, like, you know, some crazy-ass design, you know, where it's just super, you know, chaotic. There's just a lot of shit thrown in there. And, oh, it's such a clean design. That's not clean. What are you talking about? You could call it a lot of things. Clean is not the word for it. Like, check out this super clean setup, and you know it's got like lights everywhere, and you know anime figures over here, and you've got Overwatch figures over here, and you've got maybe random ass Lego sets here. You've got some big life-size Transformers in the back, and then you've got, you know, like monitors are different sizes, different wallpapers, a keyboard that doesn't match anything, and then. Yeah, a computer that you know just has horrible LEDs and blue colored RAM and stuff. And clean setup, clean, so clean. It's like, dude, you just call it something else. Just don't call it clean, please. Alright, so let's try this out. Oh man, this looks pretty nice. I will say this, the you know, the way it ends up looking, I don't know how I feel yet, but right now, you know, it looks a bit more expensive than what it is. Doesn't look like a, you know, $200 something board. Yeah, but we'll look at it in greater detail when we actually build it, and then we'll look at all the angles and stuff. Oh, this is supposed to go. If I spoke like that in real life, people would think I'm a cunt. See, that's just what I hate the most. Just people just trying to sound pretentious. Is just kind of annoying. And you have to remember, I I went to a Baptist, private Baptist university. Not. I didn't know what I was signing up for, but, and you know, I'm here in Texas, and I'll tell you, if you're talking about pretentious, oh man, it is. Like, you haven't seen pretentious until you live here. They throw in all this Jesus mumbo jumbo. Everyone's just trying to sound holier than everyone else. It gets kind of hilarious though if you try to spot the words that they use to prop themselves up. Look at that. The gray and the brass. Pretty nice. Oh wow, it's not. Just screw the back end a bit tighter.
I love you.
Keep it up. That's a nice name, and thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Okay, still not tight enough here. Wait, why is this screw? What? In tarnation? Long-time viewer, just in a bad time zone to catch streams. Well, I'm glad you're able to catch us today. Unfortunately, we didn't do a full build today because of some problems with switches. But we're glad to have you here. Welcome as always. Yeah, I think that's why I've thought about trying to stream at, you know, a completely different hour just so that people outside North America can catch the stream. You know, if I can do it maybe in the afternoon over here, then it'll be nighttime for people in EU. That, you know, maybe, I think some people would really appreciate that. All right, we've got this is. Is this what a plate? What? No. Yeah, I don't think this is what a... Yeah, this is not for the Singa, this is from this board. YouTube or replays are fine for me. Build takes long enough and catch up for breakfast. Oh no. I used to stream for way longer, actually. Shout out to all the people who've been here since the start, as you know, of my streaming career or whatever. Yeah, we used to stream for super long. Streams used to be at least like 5-6 hours. And now, you know, they're at most 5-6 hours. They thought I didn't have the stamina. But I do. Yeah, Alex is one of those guys who stuck around during my really long streams. Ever present. And she out asked how long you can last showing your VODs. Oh my god. Damn it. So yes, we are supposed to use these black screws. It's just they won't sink into the plate as much. I think. Maybe? They're easier to use though, that's for sure. Tell your plate is bent on the proper axis. Oh yes. Only on the y-axis, right? You want it on, yeah. You don't want it bent on the x-axis. It's gonna be hard to fix. You just have to position it kind of weird. Okay, I'm doing this kind of off camera just because it's a lot easier to have it close to me. And there's nothing exciting. I'm just replacing the screws. These hex screws. No one hype about the Fusion from KBD. The thing I am hyped about is the fact that KBD Fans is kind of becoming an OEM sort of. Like, you know, people actually using them to push their work. And I'm not gonna lie. The one good thing about delaying the Cock keyboard is that now that I have been disappointed with the Zephyr, 2 Zephyrs, and some other manufacturers, then I kind of at least know, okay, I won't want to go with them. KBD Fans keeps getting better and better, so maybe at least, you know, you maybe want them to make the cases so they can anodize it, because it's actually insane how good their anodizing is now. The thing that is still suspect though, very often the KBD Fans and stuff, is their plates can be a bit funky. Tally with the gift sub, 30 gift subs now. 30. 3-0. I think he should be number 2 now, right? For most gift subs. Thank you so much. But anyway, yeah, so I was saying, yeah, their anodizing keeps getting better and better. The plates is still a problem. It's nice to see that at least this plate is great, not like the other one. So, you know, I'd rather have some plate problems, because then you can just make plates. Anodizing problem, hard to fix. So if you can get anodizing right, then that's nice. And yeah, and they do all these different colors as well, so at least you get a lot of options. So maybe, it's crazy, but maybe someday you could just run, you know, your board ideas through them. Okay, let's see if will the case actually fit. There's an awkward gap here. Wonder why that is. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Hold on. They say that their screws are always so tiny. It's actually kind of annoying. You never know when they're gonna cause a problem. There we go. One thing I like about the Fusion, it's sold out. Okay, it's the color match, the cases, the popular keycap sets, blue cases. Let's hope it actually turns out fine. But you know, at least you know the anodizing usually is not gonna be terrible, so that's nice. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna screw these in. No point. I don't wanna, because these screws are already so tiny. I don't wanna cause wear and tear. So let's not screw the case in. Actually. Pieces separate. But yeah, but this looks very nice though with the brass plate. When you test the PCB. I like the side RGB. The Fusion 60 actually went through a lot of changes. Because I follow the, is it Vulcan or something like that? Vulcan mod? I can't remember the name. The designer. So I follow him on Instagram and I've seen, you know, I actually still follow the Geekhack thread for it. And so I've seen, you know, all the changes that he's made to the case. And I mean, it ended up being something that I don't really care for, but people like it, so that's nice. That's where that last screw went. At least that's good news, right? For the guy who was, you know, because the switches end up being a problem, but hey, the keyboard ended up being pretty nice. Finally got a tofu, and while you're right about the anode quality, it does not feel like a clipper. Oh yeah, I mean, I've said it before that, you know, compared to a clipper, you know, it's like a budget version of it. It's a bit lighter and the angle is different, the height is different. But in terms of the anode quality though, I actually like the previous clipper before the changes to mechanisk. That anodizing was actually one of the best. I sometimes I often forget to mention that, but yes, that one I would say is top 3 or 5 in terms of anodizing I've seen. That black one. But the most recent clipper that I built with was not as good. Still pretty good, still better than average, but not as good. We had some nicks and stuff like that. Because I know the new ones are not hand checked by Leandrin anymore. Leandrin as in Mechanisk, not hand checked by him anymore. Now they ship directly from China, from what I understand, to save on to cut down on costs basically. Most popular or your favorite Zilio switch? I actually prefer the V1s to the V2s. Kill me, I know. And also Zio, welcome to the stream. I do not get the hype behind the Leaf. I really do not. I mean, it's not an ugly board, but people are getting really upset about it. And I mean, I'm not too familiar with all the group buy stuff with it, but I was just kind of surprised that people were getting so up in arms about it. Also, everyone, we hit 20,000 views for this Twitch channel. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we hit it today. 20,000 views. Took us a while, but we did it. And for those of you who found me through YouTube, of course, welcome. I do apologize that YouTube is kind of like my I treat them like my second family or some, you know, third family, like second-rate citizens. I don't, I don't keep it updated that much. I don't really do much on there. I think on the banner on YouTube, it still says I stream at 9:30 on Fridays. I don't even advertise my Monday streams there. And yeah, that's the wrong stream time on it as well. Yeah, my YouTube, and that's why I turned out the ads on my YouTube channel, because I really hate YouTube ads with a passion. And YouTube is basically, my YouTube channel is basically an ad for my Twitch channel. So no, it's not worth it keeping the ads on there. Alright, I'm not worried about getting Zeal linears from my Mars 6.5. Yeah, Jetstream, if you're building it soon, then yeah, I don't know what I would do. But if it's still a few months out, then just wait, I guess. Treat like a red-headed stepchild, okay. Although, that is very different in the modern world. On some video websites and other ones, red-headed stepchild is that's the good shit. I don't really care so much about the stepchild thing, but apparently it gets people going. The red-headed part, I agree, but Mr. Horologist with the host, 38 viewers. Thank you so much. Okay, we were just about to okay, we have a keyboard here, and we're. I like my. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Velux. That expression has an opposite meaning now, right? I love you. 4 months in a row, Mr. Horologist. 4 months in a row. Thank you so much, and with the host as well. We were just talking about redheads and stepchildren, and no, we're not talking about porn. We could be, but we're not. So for those of you who are here, new here, today we didn't get to build anything because we have some problems with some parts, and so we're just unboxing something and testing some things. So we have a custom keyboard PCB here that we're about to test. But I do want to give a shout out to our good friend Mr. Horologist. He's like a brother of the channel, basically. And I gotta. Oh, I don't have my watch on. I'm not even building anything. I don't have my watch on. Where's my watch? But yeah, see, even I got an automatic watch because of his streams. And so for those of you who are not familiar with him, please check out his Twitch channel over here. I mean, you can just click on his name, right? But this should be easier. For the lazy people, please check him out, give him a follow. And actually, something really cool about Mr. Horologist, the official Twitch channel follows him. Like, as in, the Twitch, it's a channel called Twitch. It's the official Twitch. You get it. Alright, so. And actually, so the official Twitch channel actually follows him. So, he's the good stuff. And yeah, he does really good detailed work. Nice, funny guy. And you get to see him work on watches, clocks, pocket watches, hand watch, wrist watches, smart watches, baby clocks, grandfather clocks, big black clocks, any kind of clock you can think of, he'll have his hands on it. All right, so hello everybody. Hello, Barney of the Rubble. Jeff, wow, that's a damn name right there. I'll just call you Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Apple Watches. Forgot the expense. Yes, so that's why. Yeah, I'm trying to stop at one watch. I've been tempted to buy other ones. I bought my younger brother a watch for his wedding, Yeah, I'm trying not to. Let's keep it to one watch every year or one watch every 2 years. Then again, I bought mine a few months ago, but it was 2018 and it's 2019 now, so maybe it's time. Get it? It's time. Okay, so let's test this PCB. We have this program that we use to test keyboards. You can use it to test your own keyboards. And we're just gonna run it. Where are my tweezers? I do not know. Where did they go? Okay, it's over here. So we're just gonna short 2 pins, basically where the switches would go on the program. So let's hope it works. Hey, look at that. So when it lights up, that lavender color, that blue-green, no, not blue-green, blurple, that means there's a key being registered, key being pressed down. If you release it and it's green, that means there's no key chatter, everything works great, it registered and released just fine. When it turns red, then you have to watch out. That means there's key chatter. Sometimes, you know, when you have keyboards where, you know, you hit a key and it registers like 2 or 3 hits in quick succession when you just meant 1, and that's key chatter. Usually when it happens to a mechanical keyboard, you just have to replace the switch. It actually sounds easier. It actually is easier than it sounds, but getting the right gear can be a bit pricey, and a lot of times if you don't have all the gear on hand, it might be cheaper to just buy another mechanical keyboard. Might be. Often it's not, but sometimes. If it's a cheap keyboard, then yeah, you might be better off just buying a new one. So for those of you who are not familiar with this channel, we do custom keyboard builds every Friday. Not today though. But every Friday, and on Mondays we do unboxings and other things. Sometimes we have Lego builds. Sometimes we have video games. I haven't done a gaming build, a gaming stream in a long time though. But yes. So y'all welcome here. And Jeff, thank you for the follow. So this is a Win keyless board. I'm gonna put the stabilizers on here today, I think. I wonder if I should use the, maybe not the Enjoy KBD ones. I think I'm just gonna use the genuine cherry. Yeah, let's do that. So the PCB works great. Good to know. Alright, so we're not able to do the full build, but we're gonna go ahead and test the. We're gonna go ahead and work on the stabilizers for it, because why not, right? Get it done early. So let's get started on that. What keyboard do you use for gaming? So I use that board behind me for gaming. I like box whites for gaming. Now, if you are using voice chat and you have you don't use push to talk, then you probably don't want to use box whites. But I really like box whites for gaming, so that's my, and for typing. So I just use. I know some people like to swap between boards for gaming and typing. I actually hate that. I just like using. So if a board, even if it feels nice to type on, if it sucks for gaming, I just won't use it. We snapping boards tonight? Yes. We'll do that. We're gonna snap some PCBs. But yeah, so it's the main reason why I don't use Topper keyboards, other than the fact that they have really terrible stabilizers. I hate gaming on Topper boards. So because of that, even though I enjoy typing on Topper boards, I won't use them on my desk because I don't want to swap keyboards around when I'm gaming or typing. Alex says, I've been switching between the Rail Force and DZ60. B-Lock says maybe they all meant out, but I really like using 0v2s for gaming. I think most people would say the same thing, so it's really not that. You're not that special, okay? I mean, a lot of people like using 0v2s or 0v1s or Holy Pandas for gaming. Not too strange. Now, you like using Topro for gaming though? You are downright weird. Jetstream used to game on HHKB. What did you even play on HHKB? Minecraft? Kappa? Because I know, yeah, the HHKB layout sucks for anything where you have to use the control key. Because, sure, it's still there. People are like, what do you mean the control key? It's still there. No, I know it's there, but you lose a key basically. And a lot of people have control there and then they use caps lock for push to talk and other things like that. Or Overwatch, okay, I can see how you can get it to work on Overwatch. Overwatch doesn't have that many controls at all. Like, half of the controls I used when I was playing Overwatch was just for chat and sprays and emotes and stuff like that. It really doesn't have a lot of controls compared to a lot of games. My friend's playing Overwatch right now. I haven't played it in a long time. Do I think, when's the last time I played Overwatch? It's been so long. Basically the Hanzo patch, when they gave him like 3 buffs in a row, 3 changes, and all of them were buffs basically. I just, yup, fuck this shit. I'm out. I just stopped playing. Play Minecraft from M60? Cannot Dota. Yeah, see, Dota. That's why I can't stop at 75%. You can't even really use the 60% to play Dota properly because you actually have to use the other keys. Just use so many keys, and so yeah, you cannot do that. StarCraft on 40%. If you want to play competitively, good luck with that. Can we just stop beating around the bush and I mean that Topra is just straight up rubber dome? It's not special. I mean, it's a special kind of rubber dome, though, right? It's still individual switches, so that's kind of what it's got going for it. But I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, it is overrated. I mean, I guess at least it lends itself to maybe more consistency in terms of the design. It's maybe, but yeah, their stabilizers are so bad. Though, don't even get me started on their stabilizers. So bad, so horribly designed. There's a comment that same idea on RMK, losing 1 key is tough for some games. Yeah. And then people are like, oh, you don't actually lose it. You bind it somewhere. It's like, no, you literally lose a key. That's what I'm saying. You literally lose 1 fucking key. Alright? You can't rebind a lost key. It's just missing. It's just not there. Even if you don't use it, some people actually do. Like, I actually use my... When I game... So in Dota, you actually use the control key quite often. And I use this part of my palm to hit the control key when I'm... So I need to... Because it's usually when you use it for, say, the level up your skill. So you have to control Q, control W, control E, control R, or whatever. And so... Instead of using my pinky and this, I actually just use my palm and then control Q, control W, control whatever. And then I just use that control Alt. And then something else. When I do control C and V, I still use this though. It's like a normal person. But when I'm gaming, yeah, I use this part of my palm for the control key. And so you can see on HHKB, that's just gone, right? It's so easy for me to hit with this part of my hand. And that key's just gone. What are you putting on the board? This one. So these are Band-Aid strips. And we're doing the stabilizers on here. And so this helps with the cushioning. Because when on stabilizers, this is called the Band-Aid mod. I like to call it the cushion mod or whatever, because that's a bit more explanatory, descriptive. And yeah, so the stabilizer softens the bottoming out of your stabilizer, so when you hit like your enter key or whatever, it won't sound as plasticky. And then we're gonna do some lubing and stuff to make it not sound as metallic. So basically, you're just trying to silence it, kind of. Any character on Overwatch that uses control, I was really bad at. Like Hammond. Is that the hamster? Shit. See, I haven't. I quit before that character came out, so that's why. That's a problem. When I was playing Ghost Recon, the HKB's alt key placement was rough as well. Oh man, yeah. Can you imagine playing Tetris on HHKB? Good luck with the arrows, dude. Oh man, this reminds me. Oh my god. Okay, so for those of you who have been on my Discord for a long time, you remember this kid who was, I think, the first guy to get banned in my Discord. And pretty sure it was him. Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was someone else. But I remember it was just this kid. And he was arguing with me about Tetris. Because I played a lot of Tetris. I haven't played in a while, but I used to play a lot. And you know, the standard keys is you use your right hand for arrows. Now let's pretend these are arrows. Right hand for arrows, and then use the left hand over here. Yes, it is a cut up fabric band-aid. So not just any kind of band, not, you know, you don't want to use the plastic kind, you want to use the cloth kind typically. But yeah, so the guy was saying, who still uses arrow keys for games now? And we're like, oh yeah, you play Tetris. Who the fuck uses arrow keys for Tetris, lol? I'm like, wait. How old? You know that almost every game back then used arrow keys, right? Like you would use arrow keys, and then the other keys would be like, you know, your controls would be over here, and you use your arrow keys here, and you don't use your mouse really in a lot of older games. And yeah, racing games, same thing as well. You use both hands. FIFA on PC, if you don't use a controller, yeah, now you just use a controller, right? But back then, controller support wasn't as widespread, and yeah, you would use arrows and, you know, other keys over here. Emon uses arrow keys in Overwatch. Wait, what the hell is he doing with arrow keys? Wait, you mean he uses the arrow keys to play like that? What the fuck? Really? So the left hand on the arrows and then the right hand on the mouse? Okay, but yeah, almost all games back then used arrow keys. And so this kid was trying to tell me like, who uses arrow keys for Tetris? Like, which fucked up version of Tetris are you playing? What kind of, you know, with in-app purchases and shit, what kind of shitty Tetris are you playing? Because the default controls for Tetris are almost anyone is arrow keys. Like, that's the ideal. Use your right hand for the navigation and then left hand for swapping things. There are some weird ass ones now where people who grew up using WASD are more used to using WASD, so they basically mirror it, and then so they use WASD for movement, and then they use their right hand for the spinning and the swapping and the holding. But yeah, classic Tetris, arrow keys on the right side, right, and you use your left hand for the other controls. Yeah. And so it was just like, you could tell how old this kid was. It's like, wait a minute. What do you mean no games use arrow keys? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, that's why I still, like, I need designs like that where, you know, so this becomes the arrow key. So when I do play Tetris on 60% keyboard, I use this. Like, that's literally the only time when I really need dedicated arrow keys. Okay, so we've got the band. Oh, we need some for the space bar. Whoops. I think the original Tetris used the number keys. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And then it slowly moved towards, like, you know, a lot of older games use the numpad a lot. I mean, it's just CSGO, and well, I guess it's the kind you can kind of count it as an old game, right? Yeah, I mean, for unit control, you used to use the numpad as well in RTS games and stuff like that. Or buying items and shit like that. I mean, back then though, arrows were, you know, it's still the one on the numpad, the 8462, right? Yeah. So it's like the weird arrows over here. Ever see that GIF? I'm gonna say GIF this time. Of a girl trying to touchscreen a Game Boy. Oh boy. It's kind of mind blowing, isn't it? Although honestly, the touchscreens are okay. Touchscreens are not all great, right? I hate when you get into a car and it's only touchscreen controls for the navigation setup and the screen. Oh my god, I hate that so much. When you have to use, when there's no physical volume buttons and other things, and you have to use just the touchscreen. Oh my god. Because it's basically useless when you're driving. You can't, it's... And then if you do try to use it, then you're just going to cause an accident. What PCB is used in the keyboard with the SA Choco? So this one, it's a DZ60 in here. Most of my 60% boards have DZ60s in them. It's cheap, supports layouts, it works. I wouldn't use it for a plateless build though. Vlog says, I'm very thankful that your Discord is the most mature, even if the trolling and the memes is still not stressful. I mean, it's the result of people being nice, and you know, I like to think that if the environment is nice, then people will tend to act nicer. You know, cause then if you try to be an asshole, you're just kind of the odd one out, and it's kind of awkward. And yeah, so people are very kind, and that's why we get a lot of I wonder if they would be offended if we call them non-traditional. You know how in college you have non-traditional students that typically refers to just older students, right? You know, it could refer to anything that's not a college age kid, but yeah, typically refers to older students, and yeah, that's why we have so many of them. Because you know, it's not always like, oh, you're missing the meme. There's a new meme in town. You're missing it. But yeah, so we have a lot of people, you know, in the 30s and 40s and 50s. Well, maybe not that many in 50s, but definitely quite a few in the 40s and late 30s or whatever. And yeah, and everyone gets along, so that's really nice. And I've had people offer to be moderators, but I've been kind of wary about setting up a mod team and stuff like that, because I know then some people will either get a power trip, or people would you know, start to be assholes to the mods and stuff like that, and just gets kind of weird. So it's like, you know, if you don't like it here, I'll just give you a warning or ban you, and that's it. You know, we'll try to. There's no point trying to be weird about it. Yeah, I've had people come in and then they bring their, you know, the culture other discords over where people are just being really confrontational. I hate that shit. When people just tag other people and try to start arguments, like, no, why are you doing that? Ugh. I never knew how popular furries were until I got on keyboard Discord. Strange realization. Really? I don't know any furries. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I am one. I'll never tell you. But no, I don't think I know any, actually. Maybe my friends just aren't honest with me. No, it's just in general. Just like, I guess it's not something you really talk about, right? Yeah, I just don't know many already. Yeah, I don't ever check other keyboard discords though, so I'm not familiar with that. I like being isolated. Oh, you know how we were talking about labeling screws? And if you're like, oh, I don't know if anyone does that. Oh, it's literally on my desk. I haven't gotten rid of it. Look at that. See? K-screw looks like this. Switch plate looks like that. So, yeah, see what something as simple as this would be so helpful for builders. Isolated or isolated. That's a good one. Hey Anthony, I'm still thinking about your comment on Helios. I bought some for my Alice. No, I don't know. Haha. I don't know why, right? Haha. What do you think? What suggestions would you suggest? I mean, what do you not like about the Helios right now? So I don't like the thing is, I don't know how obvious they are on the Helios because I didn't really try them out very much. But I know it is a problem with the Helios that I was trying. It became even more obvious after lubing. The clicking problem. And I mean, Cherry MX retooled blacks, they're cheap, so buy a lot of it. That's the best part about the retooled black switches. Just go to arrow.com. When you buy about 100, they become like 27 cents each or something like that, which is crazy cheap. And you get them in PCB mount, which is nice. And so just get like, say you need 70, just get 150, and so go crazy, right? It's still gonna be cheaper, even if you buy 150, it's still gonna be cheaper than buying 70 Helios. So to sell the Helios or something, if you think you're kind of doubtful about it, and then try out the retool blacks. If you need to mod them, and it doesn't feel right, you got 150 to work with. All right, you'll be fine. What switches do you have in your wood case? Oh no, don't use these. These are box Royal switches. Do not use these. I've had people. I was so surprised when someone was like, "Isn't that like your favorite board?" No, it's not. Actually, not at all. I made it to sound annoying and recognizable. Right? It's just kind of for fun. I don't like No, they didn't break my chocolate here because SA keycaps are looser in the stem. Box switches did break my GMK Honeywell. That set, a lot of broken keys. The one over there on the desk. That's why the set is just on that keyboard. I don't want to take them out anymore. I'm gonna leave them there. What was I saying? But yeah, so box Royals on here. If you have to use box Royals, I would recommend just getting the ZW2s. They're basically better in every way. Stress my SA Campy and Dasher. Oh shit. I mean, I haven't had them crack yet, so I don't know. Guys, that wood case I didn't build is in my drawer. Wood cases are fun. I would try some crazy loud setup of it. I would craft anything damage my Dasher set. This is a keycap set, a group buy set that I've kept for the longest time. That's the chocolate here. I might eventually get rid of it when I get GMK Chocolatier in. And then I think maybe I will keep... Though I will have MT3 Godspeed coming in. And then I'll maybe keep SA Pulse as my only SA kit. Maybe. I don't know yet. I used to have Dasher and Dancer. I had both, actually. Sold them, though. I like Dasher more, I think. Dancer is the one with the light alphas, right? I like the one with the darker alphas more. Let's make sure the 70 space bar is straight. You want to clip your stabilizers? I actually haven't done that yet, so we're going to do that here, right now. Got the Godspeed 2. Thinking about placing them in my wood case. Yes, I think that would look very nice. I am thinking of, so here's what I'm thinking for Godspeed. I will get the Zilio V2s and then get MT3 Godspeed on it and then put it on a wood case or a plastic case or something. I think that would be pretty nice. Because then you get a nice, loud, kind of retro clack sound to it. So we will have 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, I just remembered I haven't had dinner yet, so I am pretty hungry. Maybe I'll probably call it after we get the stabilizer done. Because yeah, I am starving. It's gonna clip the stabilizers. If you look at your stabilizer inserts, you see it has 4 feet. These are genuine cherry stabilizer inserts. And so I would 100% recommend getting genuine cherry stabilizers. Please don't get the cheap stuff or the fake stuff. Okay, and then you're gonna clip. You'll see that 4 feet. 2 of them have these teeth on them. You see there's one here and there's one here. I'll clip those feet off. Just cut those off. So this is what you get when you're done clipping. You just have the flat feet left. So that's what you want to do. You sell off one of my hobbies to find another board. Which hobby are you getting rid of? Having 60 Helios sitting unused feels wrong. Oh yes. 60? What are you gonna do with 60 though? You can maybe build a 50 or 40% board. You can't build a 60. You can't do a 60% of it. Can't wait for the day that someone comes out with silent stabs and then a model lube them like dampened pads and silent switches. Maybe. I wouldn't be too hopeful though. I think that because most of these parts for keyboards are made to be as cheap as possible, you just won't get very good quality control, unfortunately. Also, PC load letter, I don't know if it's still here. Where is it? Yes, should still be here, right? Anyway, let's say, okay. My family's actually in Taiwan right now. They got there on two or 3 days ago. I think 2 days ago. I think they'll be there for a week. Or 10 days, maybe it's a week. And yeah, they're pretty. They're liking it. Yeah, they. Of course, the food's really good, right? And it's cheap. That's the best part. So yeah, it's basically like Penang. Food is good. It's everywhere, and it's cheap. Not like Hong Kong. Hong Kong, holy shit, man! It's so different from Taiwan. Taiwan, you know, you've got good cheap food. Hong Kong, everything's overpriced. So overpriced. Yeah, but they're there with a tour agency though, so I don't know if they get to explore very much. Because otherwise, I would ask some of my friends for recommendations. Like Gawk, for example, you know, goes to Taiwan, maybe at least once a year. He recently spent a month there in Taiwan, so he would know all the good places to go to. But yeah, but I don't know if I can. I shouldn't even bother asking because I don't think they'll be able to make their own trip out there. Mostly in Taipei? I don't think so. That's a good question. I have no idea. They went to the... I checked my phone. They went to this... abandoned railway station. It's like a... And then they went to the reservoir or something like that. Don't know where else they went. They seem to be liking it though. They went to this park, that like a botanical garden of some sort with a lot of flowers. And my mom absolutely loves flowers. You know, her dream destination is the Netherlands, just to look at the tulip fields. And yeah, but you know, there's this park where it's just flowers and flowers everywhere, because you don't really get that in Malaysia. It's a tropical country, but tropical countries, the flowers aren't as pretty. You know, you have all sorts of crazy shit, but they're not very nice looking. And yeah, so they seem to really like it. Stabilizers. 4. And we need dielectric grease. Let me check. Where are they? Taichung, that's where they're at, I think. So they got picked up from the Taipei airport, and then yeah, Taichung. And they're having minced. They were having minced pork rice on the first day there. Man, I want some minced pork. Minced pork is so good. Ooh, is where my mom's family is from? Nice. Well, then again, Taiwan is pretty tiny, I guess. So, okay. How many cities in Taiwan start with Thai? Yeah, Taipei, Taichung. So you can get the sun cakes. Ooh, I need to tell them. Actually, yes. Let me tell them to get that, actually. Type it in Chinese, so 太阳糕. Come on. Oh my god, I hate swapping between different keyboards on anything, actually. The lag is so bad. Sun cakes. I think there's at least 3. Okay, north, middle, and south. Oh, so there's a Thai naan as well? I didn't even know there's a Tainan. Oh, so Taichung is literally just a Taichung. Sorry, not Thai. Taichung, Taiwan. Is it the same spelling? Is it? And then you've got Taiyangao. What the fuck, man? Everything is starts over Thai. Oh wow, this stabilizer is. Hold on. Dielectric grease. So okay, the Lugia stabilizers. I'll probably. Maybe I'll save one for the actual build, but that's all you need for lubing and stabilizers. Dielectric grease, really all you need. You don't need anything else. People love their country. Yeah. Let me look it up then. Hold on. Is it actually written the same way? I'm assuming it is. Oh no. Oh no. So this is so sad. Okay. Oh no. Alright. When you look up Taiwan on a Wikipedia page, what is this? It's so sad that it's so much of it is still like, you know, yeah, officially probably got China, but damn, there's just so much. It's just that so much of it still is. It's just so sad that you know, there's a lot of things going on over there that there'll always still be you know known and. Oh, which part of China? What part of China? Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to see. Okay, is it the same? Yeah, it is the same, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is exactly the same as Taiwan. Yeah, Taichung. Also, Green Raven. Thank you so much for the follow. How's he fled after the Communist Revolution? Yeah. Which is really sad, but you know, you look at it and then there's, you know, oh, did you know, everything is just in terms of China. It's just, man, and you know that what's going on over there right now is a man. They're coming for us, man. Anyone who speaks Hokkien. I think there's just 3 places. Well, okay, maybe 4. So Taiwan, you know, uses Hokkien a lot, and then Penang and Singapore as well. I think the main 3. Yeah, did you guys hear about how one was it a director or actor? Maybe it was a director. I don't even know. Filmmaker. I don't remember what it was, but it was at some show, awards show thing in Taiwan. So she talked about, oh, you know, I just really hope that, you know, we can get, you know, we can be recognized as an independent state or independent nation or whatever, and then or nation state, and then they immediately blacked it out in China, and oh boy, yeah, shit is rough, man. So okay, lubing stabilizers, you get dilation grease, you lube this section over here, this section over here. So just coat over it. Man, so you've got Republic of China and People's Republic of China. Oh. I really want to visit Taiwan though. Tech Central, good food, street food, my style of food as well. I think if I were to visit somewhere else in Asia, it would be between Taiwan and Japan, I think. But I think I'm leaning towards Taiwan, maybe. Japan is maybe my ideal climate though. Tropical, what is it? No, temperate rainforest. Sounds so good. It's temperate, but it's wet. Yes. Not some dry ass, crusty air. Sounds so amazing. You go and you got the 4 seasons, but you've got nice lush green trees. The air is nice and humid. Ooh, sounds like heaven. Tally says Thailand for me. Well, if you do go to Thailand, I'm from Penang. You should definitely check out Penang. I would say Penang is a bit better than Taiwan in terms of food. It's a little more diverse. It's still pretty, for the most part, the Chinese food is kind of similar because we're both Hokkien people, but we get a lot more, Hindu, Muslim, Indian, Malay food. But yeah, Penang is just south of Thailand, and so if you ever hit up Thailand, you definitely need to make a trip to Penang. Just take a boat ride. Taiwan is so hot and humid in the summer. So is it? Oh yeah, it's not summer right now, right? Yeah, my family's wearing sweaters and jackets, so I'm assuming the weather must be really nice there. Right, like a light jacket. That's the perfect weather, I think. When it's, so I guess in Fahrenheit it would be in the 60s. And then in terms of degree Celsius, it would be around 15 degrees Celsius, maybe a little bit less. Yeah, around 15, I think is the ideal. 18 is a bit too much in terms of oh, barely enough. No, we're not talking about age. Yeah, I know people like sunny with a high of 75. That's supposed to be the ideal. I think 75 is way too warm. 65 is nice. VPL says China's really anal about it. They got angry with an airline that listed flights to Taipei as Taipei, Taiwan, saying it should be Taipei, China. Forbid them from flying within mainland unless they changed it. Holy shit, really? Damn, that's hardcore, man. Every time you say Republic of China, it's right in with Sharpie, there's peoples. Taiwan has better food than Sichuan. Fight me. Triple says, I asked my wife at the bar tonight if you could be from anywhere other than her own nationality, what would she pick? She said Japanese, because they work hard. I told her I want to be Canadian. Because they work hard? Do you know? Well, I guess... Yeah. You know that they work so hard that they actually fucking die at work and shit? Pass out at work? I don't know, man. I guess maybe you know, a Japanese person living in the US, okay, then that's different. I will say, a lot of times I do regret coming to the US instead of, say, just going to college in Canada. You know, I don't mind the cold as much. And I actually quite like the people and culture there. I'm watching, okay, I don't know if you guys have seen Comedians of the World. It's like a new show on Netflix. Like, new to me. Maybe it's not new at all. But Comedians of the World, and yeah, I really enjoyed so I think they started off with USA. So basically every season is they have, I think, a handful of comedians, and so, you know, like half an hour bits or shows. And which episode is a comic. Comedian. And yeah, I'm enjoying the Canadian one a lot more than the US one. US one, maybe one guy was great, but the Canadian one, man, they are hilarious, and the way they tell the stories and speaks is I like that. Watching 3 IRL live streams currently occurring on Twitch. Ooh, anyone with some milk bits? 3 more stabilizers to go. Should I just do all of them? Or leave one for the stream? That's a good question. Maybe I'll do all of them. But Whisper says, well, despite adding yet another all-star, the Warriors found a way to pull out a win. I'm proud of them. Clap. As in Golden State? Wait. Is it Golden State Warriors? What is it? I don't follow American sports at all, unfortunately. Man, speaking about sports, another thing about Canada that I really like, their gaming scene is alive and well. I guess that's what happens, right? When you're stuck in a cold place and there's literally nothing to do, you can't go out because you're gonna be locked in because of ice and snow. You just sit at home and you play computer games and stuff. And yeah, it seems to be pretty happening over there in Canada. But Whisper says, yeah, I was just yelling on the TV on the way to beer. You watch a lot of basketball then? Basketball has been picking up in Asia a lot. So, you know, for the longest time it was basically just soccer or football. And that's pretty much it. I was just thinking. Yeah, they talk about ISO and ANSI. Welcome to the FIFA World Cup. Hey man, did you pick up the latest FIFA 2019? Or FIFA 19? $2019. Oh yes, yeah. FIFA 2019. 20. It has 0. FIFA 2019. They said reading out a barcode or some shit. Almost done, and then we're gonna answer any last questions and we'll look for someone to raid and then we'll call it a night. Cause I have to get food. It's midnight, I haven't had dinner. Probably just eat cereal or noodles or something.
come with these spacers. That's nice. I should buy just a bunch of these spacers and then use them for all the builds. QXP 60% seems expensive. Oh, did the extras go on sale yet? They're supposed to do it today, right? Black for 325. 325 is not bad. I mean, I guess it depends on the quality. Because if the anodizing is not great or the parts aren't very nice, then yeah, maybe yeah. But 325 for something, is it B stock or just literally extra? I don't know. I don't keep up. It's a struggle to keep up with that stuff. Especially because a lot of the stuff that's been coming out, I'm not interested in at all. Again, 65% everywhere still. And win keyless, more win keyless garbage. VPR has a QXP. He has a blood red or deep red QXP. And I know Juan and Millie is actually bringing one next month, so maybe we can see one on stream. He has it built already, and he'll bring it for the meetup. And so he's gonna come visit. So we'll show some of his boards on stream as well. One thing you want to do after you leave the stabilizer, just really quick, you want to pull all the inserts up to make sure that you didn't install any of them wrong. They'll actually work. And you still want to test it. We'll test it when we actually get to the build. I'm not gonna do that right now, because we'll need the plate and everything to test it. Alright, let's look for someone to raid. If you have any other questions, please go ahead and ask them right now. If not, I'm gonna roll the credits too. So let's do that. And I'm gonna look for someone to raid. See you, Sind. Thank you so much for being here. Oh no, what is that sound? Let's see who's streaming. We got Shay set to build. Oh my god, I hate autoplay anything. Rocket Sage. Let's look for makers. Crafting.
Oh yeah.
Tally with the 100 bits. Thank you so much for the cheer. Thank you, thank you. Knife making. So I'm making wands, apparently. Knitting cosplay. Farah cosplay. Oh, is this actually Lego? Because if this is Lego, then I'm just gonna do this one. Yes, wands. Keep talking and what is this? Okay, so this is a pretty new channel. They've got 20 followers. So we could, okay, what is this? Jade. Oh, is that the... No, we're not... Oh no, we're not doing that. That was good though. I almost fell for it, Tally. Okay, what is Shay doing? Okay, well, let's just go to Shay, right? Let's do that. Alright, so thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for the new follows, Green Raven, Jeff, Sign Ardwin, and for the resubs as well as the gift subs from Talisman Solutions. Thank you so much. Chokan, Panwater, Daredevil, Arctic Fox, VPR, Keep It Up, B-Locks, Mr. Horologist. And thank you for the raid, Mr. Horologist. And to everyone else, we'll see you there. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. And a good long weekend. I know Monday you get most people are getting off in North America, so or in the US. What am I saying? Yeah, so have a good weekend, everybody.